and welcome to Legally Speaking with me, Tarun Nangia. The day was the 8th of August. There were some inflammatory slogans shouted against minorities at Jantar Mantar. One of the participants of that gathering was Ashwini Upadhyay, though he says that he had participated in the morning and that incident happened much later in the evening. So he cannot be held responsible for some people who come and shout slogans against some particular community. But nevertheless, Advocate Ashwini Upadhyay was arrested. The function in that case was organized by the Save India Foundation. They were, in a sense, demanding that colonial laws which was framed by the British in a colonial India should be scrapped. Not all, some of the laws should be scrapped. But nevertheless, the news that came out of the event was completely different. The news was that a few boys got together and abused minorities and said some bad things about them. The news went all over the world. Resultant was Delhi police arrested Ashwini Upadhyay. Now we have Ashwini Upadhyay with us on the show today. Let us see what is his version of the story. Mr. Upadhyay, could you narrate to us point by point what happened since the morning of August 8th? What was the function? When did you go? What was the agenda of the function? But then what happened eventually?
Thank you, Tarun. In fact, this Unite India movement, this terms came into mind after the Mann Ki Baat of Honorable Prime Minister on 25th July. On 25th July, Prime Minister urged citizens to launch Unite India movement, Bharat Jodo Andolan. I was hearing this Mann Ki Baat. After that, I thought that let me start this movement. We thought and found that the 8th August is the anniversary of Quit India movement. So we decided that we will launch Unite India movement on 8th August. We decided our agenda. Agenda was let's oppose the colonial laws. Let's request the government to repeal colonial laws, particularly Indian Penal Code, Police Act, Religious Endowment Act, Evidence Act, etc. Also, our agenda was that we will demand uniform laws. We will demand gender neutral and religion neutral laws. We started preparation. We urged citizens through the social media, through Twitter, through Facebook. I also urged to reach at Jantar Mantar on 8th August. On 8th August, the program was started at around 10 a.m. I reached the stage at around 11 a.m. Mr. Gajen Chauhan, who played the role of Yudhishthir in Mahabharata, was with me. One senior retired IPS officer, Dr. Anand Kumar, who was in MHA, was with me. One senior retired IS officer, Mr. RVS Mani, was with me. Mr. Firoz Bakht Ahmad, who is the grandson of First Education, Mr. Maulana Kalam, he was with me. We reached at around 11 a.m. I started my speech, and at 12 a.m. there was huge rain. It was very speedy and huge rain. Mic was disturbed. Entire stage was drawn off. There was a water logging on the road. So we immediately requested, and there was a crowd also. And police said that this crowd is increasing after every half an hour because this event is going live on the Facebook. People are doing the live. So police said me that please stop this this program. There was a rain also. There was no mic. So we immediately decided to finish this our event. I requested the gathering to please go to your home, and I was there at least 10 more minutes to have some selfie, etc. And 12:15 or 12:10, we all moved our residence.
So by 12:15, you are saying you left that venue?
Yes. I left venue at around 12:15. Not myself, but all the guests, including Mr. Mani, Mr. Anand Kumar, Mr. Gajen Chauhan, Mr. Firoz Bakht, we all left to our home. I reside in the Ghaziabad. I reached my home at around 1 p.m. 1 p.m. or 1:10 p.m. Just like that. Just I came to know at evening 8 p.m. that there is a video being viral, being tweeted by some particular journalist, former journalist, we can say former journalist. Then I started identifying the person. I failed to that. I was not able to identify anyone who was there in the video. I shared that video to some 3-4 friends that please identify who is this. I slept. It was 10 p.m. Next day morning, I was the first person to give a written complaint to DCP New Delhi. A written complaint. I was the first person to give a complaint. I requested DCP to please investigate this matter. Please, first of all, you identify whether this video is fake or genuine. If this video is fake, then please take action against the person who are tweeting it.
Can we stop here for a moment?
Yes.
You left at 12:15.
Yes.
And you reached home at 1 p.m. You
Yes.
left Jantar Mantar by about 12:15.
Yes.
You are saying that at 4 p.m. some unknown people shouted slogans against minorities at that very venue, for which you were arrested. Now,
Yes.
can you share with us what happened exactly?
In fact, when at around 8 p.m. I received this video, I started discussing with many people. Then I came to know that this video was first tweeted at around 7:30 by one former journalist. Then I found that the first tweet, it was came at around 7:30. Later, around 10 p.m., I came to know.
Just hold your Ashwini ji. From what you say, this appears like a conspiracy. You left the venue at 12:15.
Yes.
At 4 p.m., some unknown people come and shout slogans in front of your poster.
Yes.
By that implication, tomorrow anyone can go and shout slogans against anyone in front of anybody's poster, and that person is liable to get arrested. Isn't it laughable?
It's a complete misuse of Police Act. It's a complete misuse of power given to the police. Just you see, my car may be tracked through the CCTV. There are CCTV cameras in the Delhi and every crossroad and on every road. My mobile location can be tracked. I was in Ghaziabad at around 1 p.m. or 1:10 p.m. I reached my home. So everything in today's scenario, everything can be tracked within 1 or 2 hours.
So Mr. Ashwini Upadhyay, is it a ploy, as you allege, to target you in some manner, defame you? Because if it does not happen when you are there in the morning, how are you liable for such an act?
Arun, this is exactly I told to the DCP New Delhi in my written complaint. I told him that if this video is genuine, please take strict action. Please lodge FIR. Please identify them. Please arrest them. Please take action. And if this video is fake, fabricated, please take action against those persons who are tweeting this video. Unfortunately, next day morning, I gave a written complaint to around 9 a.m. to the DCP. And immediately I found that the Mr. Shashi Tharoor, OAC, many MLAs of the Aam Aadmi Party, some MPs of the TMC, entire anti-BJP political parties, anti-BJP leaders, yeah, we can say anti-Modi leaders, they started tweeting, they started the arrest Ashwini Upadhyay, they started hashtag was arrest Ashwini Upadhyay. So within 2 hours, around 11 a.m., this became the top trending, #1 trending arrest Ashwini Upadhyay. Around 10 p.m., I got a call from the Connaught Place police station. He told me, please come to the police station. I told him why.
August 9th.
Yes, 9th August. 9th August, 10 p.m. I got a call. Next day. SHO said me that we have arrested some person. Please come and identify them. I told them I cannot identify because I don't know. How can I identify? I never met. I never called. I never have any photographs. How I can identify those persons? I don't know anyone.
But it's very interesting to note one thing, Mr. Upadhyay. There were other people who attended that event as chief guests, but only
Yes.
you were singled out and targeted. Do you know why this happened?
This was because I am associated with BJP. Others were not directly associated with the BJP. Others may be a supporter of BJP, but they are not the directly, you can say, office bearer or a member of the executive committee, etc. I am the member of executive committee. I was at least 6 months back, I was the spokesperson also. So this is the reason. In fact, they were targeting the Home Minister, Prime Minister, and BJP. I was just a tool. They were using me to target my prime minister.
Do you mean that you were targeted by using certain young boys who shouted slogans against minorities to create a conspiracy where none existed, as in like you were part of some grand design to get this done?
Yes, exactly, Tarun. If this video is genuine, then definitely it was a part of major conspiracy. And if this video is fake, fabricated, then definitely it's 100% sure.
Now tell me one thing, Mr. Ashwini Upadhyay. If there is any event tomorrow, people will be scared to go, that even if I just attend the event tomorrow, I will be arrested if some other people start shouting. Now,
exactly.
In every society, there are lunatics. In every society, there are deranged people. These people can go to any gathering and say anything. On that basis, how you can arrest respectable citizens of society who are attending that event? In any gathering, I have attended political rallies, you have attended. There are all kinds of nonsense things which said, because then there are 10,000 people, you don't know who's saying what. On that basis, how do you arrest the leader? The leader is not liable for what the worker does.
Exactly. This is the main question, Tarun. You have not arrested the Bukhari when there were so many speeches. You have not arrested Maulana Saad. You have not arrested Rakesh Tikait. There was a huge burning. Everything happened in the Delhi. Even police person were attacked. There, you know what happened in the Lal Killa.
I also want to know something. You are a lawyer based out of Delhi. You practice in the court. Is it not true that you would have not gone anywhere? You wouldn't have run away for such a case to some other country. You are always available for questioning. Your address satisfies whom? Why was your arrest necessary when you were available for questioning whenever warranted or whenever asked for? You would have had not come. Wouldn't have happened that way.
I told, in fact, that was the Monday, and my fast. I do fast on Monday due to this Sawan. And I told you, please allow me to come tomorrow. I will come tomorrow at whatever time, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. SHO said, please come, please come. Please come, it's very important. So, and midnight I went. I reached the police station around 1 a.m. He told me, please come. So definitely I am a law-abiding person. I am a law-abiding citizen. I went at 1 a.m. And you see, you don't have courage to arrest Rakesh Tikait, who has jammed your borders, Delhi borders, UP border, Haryana border. You don't have courage to arrest Maulana Saad.
You almost make it sound like you were arrested because 10,000 people on Twitter demanded your arrest. Now, police should not or will not in an ideal situation arrest people on the basis of demands made on Twitter.
Definitely, Tarun. Definitely, it's a very wrong precedent. I was there just for only 1 hour. I completed my speech when police said, please stop it. I completed my speech because there was a rain. I told personally, please go, you go back. My video is there on my Facebook. That video has been seen by more than 20 lakhs people. Even police, definitely police have seen that video also. So I never used one word like Hindu and Muslim. Never used one word. And after that, just to satisfy the opposition, just to satisfy the OIC, Sasi Tharoor and Amanullah Khan, Kejriwal, like Mahua Mitra, if you will start arresting like this, it will, I think, the honest citizens, honest youth, they will be very demotivated.
Because Mr. Upadhyay, let me ask you, if the boys who raised the slogans, if they were arrested, it is the right thing to do.
Yes.
They were the one who raised the slogans. You arrest those people. What is the point of arresting somebody who's not there when these things happen? And there were others with you in the morning. Why were they not arrested by that implication? Arrest everyone and ask everyone that. Does it hint at a misuse of an arbitrary power?
It's a complete misuse of arbitrary power, which is given by 1861 Police Act to the police. My friends, Mr. Firoz Bakht Ahmed, IAS officer, Mr. Anand RVS Mani, IPS officer, Dr. Anand Kumar, they were ready to give their statement.
Yes.
They were ready. They told that, please call me. They told police that, please call me. I wish to give my statement. But definitely they not called them. They were with me
So basically, do you mean your affiliation to the BJP was the reason that you were arrested?
Yes, exactly. My affiliation to the BJP, I was arrested because of my affiliation to the BJP. I was targeted because of my affiliation to the BJP. I was targeted. In fact, they were targeting Prime Minister and Home Minister, but using my name.
I want to know from you any sloganeering against any minorities or even majorities. A sloganeering which is inflammatory, people should be arrested.
Yes.
On that account, other innocents should not face jail. Now that you have been, in a sense, arrested and you've got bail, what is your further course of action?
I have decided to file a petition in the Supreme Court seeking a pre-arrest guideline. What should be done before arresting a person or detaining a person? Because we are in 21st century, we have so many electronic development, we have so many devices, when very easily a person can be identified, can be tracked, that where he was, what was his location, whether he was any communication, he was connected through the phone, he was connected through the WhatsApp, everything can be identified. My cell phone is with the police. They have, even today I don't have my cell phone. You know very well. My cell phone is with the police. They can track it. They can identify it. Whether I have any connection. I am on the truth, but I was definitely spent one night in the jail because of my innocence, because of my affiliation with BJP. Otherwise, I might have the scattered and I may have the anticipatory bail.
I have realized one thing with your arrest. One thing is for sure. We live in a world where deepfakes, where things you can attribute to people without him being involved are possible. And in your case, it was quite funny that you left a place 5 hours ago and somebody who comes and shouts in front of your posters, and then you are liable to be arrested. Your case is just an example that these things may happen tomorrow also.
Yes.
And law enforcement agencies across the country should be aware of this fact and act accordingly. Otherwise, it doesn't take much to get a Twitter trend these days. You can trend anybody's name and there'll be panic and they say arrest him and throw him. So it is basically satisfying the thirst of some people who are very active on social media.
Yes, yes, yes.
So if these things go this way, then it is dangerous. And it's not dangerous because you're a BJP. It may be a Congress party worker, or it may be some other regional party worker. He may go somewhere, there'll be some slogan, they will be arrested. In this case, a responsible citizen like a lawyer is arrested. It is not a commonplace. You don't arrest a lawyer for nothing. We see what will happen to this case, but overall, Mr. Upadhyay, took out time, came on our show. We would like to thank you for that. And thank you for sharing your version with us, because it is our view that people should know both versions of the story. The first version was, of course, what came out by all the articles. The second version is what you told us. Of course, the decision is of the courts of India and the cases in the courts. Thank you so much. Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.